Alright, hey y'all, it's Pizza Hulk. I'm back here in the long dark today. And you can see the weather is just lovely here in Broken Railroad. I thought I'd take a little walk, though, before the sun sets. And do a little looking around. I pretty much covered everything I really need from this area. So what I thought I'd do, since I want to look up here to the right, and I'm going to head up to the entrance basically to the transfer pass. And I'm going to leave the map and come back to it. So basically the map will need to reload. And I'm going to see if that happens to get the moose to respawn. I have had it work in the past. And then I've also had it not work. So, you know, we're rolling the dice. But anyway, how are you? I hope you guys are having a good day if you're out there. Busy at work and doing your thing. I hope you catch us later. I don't normally broadcast Fridays, but I just happen to have a little bit of time and opportunity. And I finally managed to get that Fallout video out. I managed to get the Fallout video out. Got my mods, I think, in a somewhat decent order. I don't know if I really need a second one or not. It'll give me something to do. And I can do some carcass harvesting. I might even shred the meat up a little bit. Well, no, I better take them with me. Anyway, so that's working so far. Hopefully I'll be able to get a couple videos out next week. Specifically for Fallout. Ooh. There's an area down below I could go check. It's a pretty big rope climb, though. I'd rather have the crampons for it. Ooh, that's what I can do when I get back to Mystery. Although, I'm not sure I left any scrap metal behind, now that I think about it. Might have to go chop some up first. That's alright, I'll need a little pile back at the house. But I was so focused on getting the hatchets and the knives going, because it was just... Well, it took me forever to find a hacksaw, and then once I got that, that's what I was really focused on. Made 2 hatchets, 2 knives, and 20 arrowheads. So I don't really think it matters. I think I could just bloop right back on out. I don't think I need to kill time in here or anything. But I'm gonna for just a second anyway. Got rid of most of the junk on me. I guess I could start working on these rabbits anyway. Maybe the wind died down too. So I spent about 30 minutes goofing around in this tunnel. I don't know if that really makes a difference. But I feel good about it. It's like having a lucky charm. You know, sometimes what do you do with charms? You rub them or something. You rub your charm and like something good happens, and then sometimes you do and nothing happens. Believe in what you will. All right, got a couple bunnies to play with tonight. Like I said, I'll just, a little extra meat. I might chop it into tiny little pieces and then cook it up. I have plenty of reclaimed wood for a nice long fire. I was kind of working on that in the last episode. Is that? Oh, I thought that was a piece of coal. There's something that wouldn't happen in real life, huh? Some make a bridge. Anyway, I take this little offshoot down here to the left and look around. And grab a couple more sticks. So, more than likely, I'll be back here at some point for multiple reasons, but mostly to get another moose. Well, hopefully if I get one here soon. But yeah, there's a rope climb to get down there. Frozen River area. I think if I had, had the ability and had made crampons, I might give it a try just to kill some time and try to be in a different part of this place. However, I don't think it's really going to end up making much of a difference. And like I said, I don't have the crampons, so. Just wouldn't be too smart. Anyway, I just wanted to have a look back here. I pretty much covered everything else around that I need. But, I thought I'd take a peek, see if there are any random saplings or anything. That's another thing I can do while I'm here. It kind of looks like the snow's going to let off. I'm not sure. I might just take my rabbits and head up top if the moose isn't here. Because there's quite a few saplings up there in the top area I'd like to get my hands on, so. I don't know if my little gamble worked or not. Wish I hadn't spooked that deer this way. Well, I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. No, Mason. Oh well. I mean, wishful thinking. Now, a lot of times what I would do if I was hunting up top is try to get rid of the wolves. And a lot of times, it's like the wolves and the moose up here are like in the same area. So it's like if you kill off the wolves, the moose will kind of show up sometimes. But I don't know that the wolves' range is close enough to where the moose is to have any impact. The only other animals that seem to show up in that back area where I was looking, where the moose sign is deer. So anyway, yeah, I want to get these saplings. I mean, I'm tempted to just go for it right now. It's kind of a long walk, and it's definitely gonna get dark, but a decent amount of fatigue. And this handy dandy cave nearby. Where I think I'm going to drop these two rabbits and guts for now. Put all that stuff on the ground. Give me my pastries back. Does pastries give me scent? If it does, I haven't been paying attention. I mean, I've only got the one little pastry on me now, but I mean, if I had a pocket full of donuts, I mean, if I was a wolf, I'd smell a pocket full of donuts. I might come for you. Wind might be picking up. Clouds rolling in a little bit. I mean, the good news is that where I'm going, it's like this pretty much the whole way. So it's not that big a deal. I can, even if I got hit with a blizzard, I could sort of hop back and forth between these walls. And then those little nooks like back there, that's a good place to hide for during a blizzard, depending on which way the wind came. But if you look around, usually you can find some kind of little break, little, like I said, I mean, I don't know, we call them nooks, crevasse, hidey hole, wherever you can get in there. Get out of the wind and get a fire going. I do have a couple teas on me and stuff, so I mean, you know. Wouldn't be ideal, but I want these saplings. And of course, the acorns I left behind. You can see pizza was here. There's one of my telltale signs. Now you can grab that and break it down for sticks and make sure you got something else for your fire there, but I like to leave some around. Ooh, ptarmigan, I can see him. Oh, please let me just get one. Just one. Just one. Die, ptarmigan! Wouldn't that be awesome? I think you can do it. There's another sapling. I'll get that one on the way out. I have not really had any luck with those things. I don't know what the problem is. I was nailing them like I nail rabbits before. So the thing about these acorns, it's kind of like picking rose hips or mushrooms. I mean, you could just throw them in a drawer somewhere. And, you know, deal with them when you get an opportunity. So, I mean, I'm justifying my addiction to acorns. It's part of being addicted. I gotta have them, man. You see, just like a hoarder. Oh, I'm saving those. However, seriously, I can use them at a later date. And after I get these saplings, I have pretty much zero need. Well, I guess for ptarmigan hunting, I could come up here for ptarmigan. Other than that, I don't really see much of a reason to be ever up here again. Loot doesn't respawn in this game. Sticks, bunnies, and ptarmigan do. For the while, at least. I must be not looking at the right section of my thumb every time. I think I'm too close on the edge of my thumb. Like, the action tosses are a little better. Like, I'm doing better with them moving than with them sitting still. Which is both awesome and ridiculous on my part. So yeah, it looked like I was going to be a little off on that throw too. A little to the right, maybe? I think so I need to censor it a little more to the left on my thumb. Anyway, I just use my thumb to aim, and basically, like, I guess more towards, it's like the tip of your thumb, but not the very tip. You know, and that's what I'm doing. I think I'm doing like the very tip of my thumb. It's more like middle of the thumbnail. Well, no, then I wouldn't be going left more. I don't know. I'll just have to throw some more rocks eventually and see what happens. However, the last, I would say,
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
at least four. At least four ptarmigan. I've had a shot at, I've missed. Yeah, it's at least four. Those ain't great numbers. I mean, I nailed one early, and I got another one. I mean, I'm doing good. I got the bedroll and the one piece of insulation on. But I'd certainly like to get a second one of those. I just don't know if the bow is the little fire arrows. The bow is obviously worth it. I don't know if the fire arrows are, are they really that good? Plus, I mean, I haven't done it yet. I'm probably gonna miss the first try. Well, the weather held out. Held out. It's a beautiful evening. Got that nice orange sky. Across the old rickety footbridge. Yeesh. You know, why don't name it the Sturdy Footbridge? Give people some confidence, man. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there's like a... I think there's several of them. In several countries in Asia, but I know there's one in China where they have a bridge over this massive chasm. It's made of glass. And I don't know, I don't think it is. Hold on. Anyway, I don't think it's the same bridge, but there's another glass bridge like that. Where one of the panels, or a couple of the panels, when you walk over them, they're actually like a monitor. And it acts like it's cracking around you. I know. But as long as the prank gets the right person, he's gonna laugh it off eventually. You know, I think it's kind of funny. Well, almost back and get my rabbits. So the reason I was thinking I'd go ahead and come up here and I might even grab a couple more rabbits. Is I'm gonna geek up my cooking skill. And one of the places to do that well is with a 6-burner stove. And the lodge has one.
Feels
So
like night is coming.
I feel like, whoops, come on. I feel like the smart move on my part would be to get up to this stove, shred these rabbits. I'm definitely hungry. Anyway, dice them up into little tiny pieces. And the reason I want to do that, and I try to mention this in most of my videos, that the cooking skill is based per piece. Right? It has nothing to do with how long things cook. So if I cook a steak uh, in an hour, right, I'm going to get 1 point, we'll just call it, uh, towards my cooking skill. But if I take a rabbit and I dice it up into 20 little pieces, and let's say it takes me an hour to cook up those 20 little pieces, I'll have 20 points towards my cooking skill instead of 1. So you can take a 2.2-pound rabbit and shred it into 20 pieces, and instead of getting 1 cooking point, it takes 30-40 minutes to cook, you get 20. Now, I'll let you feel how you feel about things like that. Some people in this game, I don't know, they kind of act like it's cheating. Most people seem to accept that it's just, a mechanic that you can choose to use. Some people don't. There's a wolf over here eating my rabbit. And the sad part is, it's the meat that I wanted. But I might shoot him instead. Maybe try to shred him up and get way more out of it. There he is. Ooh. Oh, no, that's a rock. Oh, no, there's another one. Where'd the one go that was eating the rabbit? Maybe he finished. Yeah, I think I see just a little dead bunny carcass over there. Yeah, I think this has got to be one of... Oh, alright. I don't know why he would have left it, though. That's weird. I mean, he didn't start running immediately. It's not like I spooked him or something. No. Why is it doing that? Well, I was hoping there was another bunny friend around, but I don't think so. Probably just more stupid wolves. Oh, I hear ptarmigan. Too dark, though. Maybe they'll be there in the morning. Try to line that shot up a little better now. Let's see. So I was going to do... I'm running low on matches. Alright, how to shred the little bunnies into tiny little pieces. So, basically like I was saying, so here's 2 pounds of meat. If I slice this up, it's going to give me 1 piece of meat for 2 pounds. It's going to take 30 or so, 40 minutes to cook, and I'm going to get 1 cooking point for it. But Instead, I'm going to set it to 1.1, and then I'm going to start harvesting, and then I'm going to stop it. And you can see the numbers starting to drop down. The smaller the piece gets, it gets a little trickier. I'll just grab this hide real quick. But there you go. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pieces of meat, 13 cooking skill points instead of just 1. So like I said, perfectly viable mechanic in the game. You're not like, you know, in the old days trying to put a cheat code in or glitching something. It is straight up just how they made the game. So and again, the best place to do this is someplace like this where you've got 6 burners to cook on. Because at a regular fire, I've only got those 2 little spots, right? And I'm only going to be able to do this 2 at a time. That's still going to take up a good chunk of time. And time relates directly to, you know, firewood. So, look at that. Look at all that cooking score. Just sitting there. I know, I'm working on it, miss. Let's see. Alright. We'll just leave all this stuff by the door for right now. And just go ahead and use a match. I was hoping, yeah, for a little bit of water here. And that's why I was grabbing all those sticks. So, I still don't have a ton, you know, I've got several hours worth of fire. I'm going to make a little more water just to have it sitting around. But, for the most part,
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
this isn't going to take very long. I left my big water pot down below. I want you to kind of see how quickly this goes. Especially, now remember, with different foods, if I was putting down moose or bear, these are going to be like 5-10 minutes a piece. But because it's just these little pieces of rabbit, it's only going to take a couple minutes each piece. So I just kind of go around like so. And we'll have a nice little snack while we go. And after I pick up this next piece and eat it, if you look over on the right side of your screen, the little tin can pops up. And that's telling me I got cooking score out of that. So with the amount of meat I had on the rabbits, I might have gotten 4 pieces. So maybe 4 points cooking skill. Now, I don't do this all the time either. It's a lot of times the way I play, it's not even necessary. But even when it is, or it would be more valuable, I don't always do it. Again, not because I have any real issue with it. It's just sometimes I want things to be a bit more challenging. Other times, I'll just do what I'm doing here and I'll shred. There we go. See? Cooking skill 4, just like that. I'll shred up, like maybe just rabbits. Sometimes I'll do rabbits and wolves. But when I first figured it out and started using it, I would, you know, I'd do it to a bear or a moose if I could. You'd have cooking skill 5 in no time. I was briefly thinking about trying to grab some torches and maybe work my way down to the maintenance area to spend the night. Because again, this rabbit, I mean, rabbit's really lean. It's super lean in this. I mean, even let's say you're really hungry, right? If you if you ate 3 whole rabbits, I think you're gonna be kind of full. And you can see time is
Smell of the
passing.
hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
Relax, lady. I was just waiting for it to cook. But yeah. And the higher you level up, obviously the longer it takes to level up the next level. So I'm on my way to level 5 for cooking, which means that's going to take the longest to get to. Level 5, of course, is going to make you pretty overpowered in any playthrough. Because not only are you reducing the amount of time it takes to cook all this stuff, uh, adding way more calories into it, getting access to all the new recipes. But of course, you can eat anything after that. And I mean any kind of garbage. I think you can even eat raw meat. I think you can still make you sick, but I think you can get away with it sometimes. And I don't have too much food on me, but I should have enough cattails and whatever. Oh yeah. Got some decent junk food numbers. I might hold on to this for now. Good walking around calories. There we go. Need to eat these soon. It's better to keep these outside, remember, than in your pocket. They last much longer. out there in the snow. I was going to say I probably should just put her to bed. I don't think I have anything else I really need to do. Yeah. Oh! Well. Interesting. Where did I put my sleeping bag? And why did I use it? Wow, I wonder if I left it back in Forlorn Muskeg. I think I did. Interesting. Anyway, well, let me grab... I know there's beds here. I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I'm just annoyed that I have to go back there to get it. Where's the bed? There we go. We'll do 8 hours. Oh, I'm so irritated with myself. Hopefully, maybe I used it down below. I can't think of a good reason why I would do that, but maybe I did.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Alright. A few bottles of water up here. Lots of planks. These are actually pretty economical. 40 minutes of work, and you get 6 pieces. Normally it takes like an hour, hour and some change to get like 4 pieces. I think I'll grab a few of those. Alright, I think I can run after a ptarmigan if I need to. So I'm going to say if this ptarmigan's goofing around up here. Can you tell I was a teacher at one point? Everybody's always goofing around. Quit goofing around. What are you guys doing? Why are you goofing around? Ptarmigan hunter. Like they're up on this hill, but again, I heard them yesterday.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Hush. Miss. Oh, I missed the sapling. Good. Doesn't like hunting little tiny white dots in the snow while little tiny white dots are falling around. Yes. All right. So glad I saw that because I completely would have forgotten it. I think there's 2 maples in Mystery Lake. Where are they? These goofy little things make me nuts. Okay, I see them up on the hill. Maybe I'll try to stealth it a little bit and get a little closer. Try to increase my odds since my aim has been so terrible. Alright, come on. Come on. Pizza. Pizza, you got it. Get up. Yes! Are they still running around? Oh, that's wings. Okay. Dope. Alright. Happy note to leave on. Very happy. That's great. Alright. So I think that plus the down that I have back in Mystery Lake should be enough for me to get another piece of insulation, and I'll be that much warmer. Cannot wait. And I readjusted my aim, did what I said I was going to do, and it looks like that's the trick. This wasn't quite lined up on the thumb there. What the shit? Go back to your homes. Bullshit. I call bullshit. This game does that. Nuh-uh. As soon as I aimed and focused, he turned. No. There's like I said, I hate the walls. I think they're just the dumbest thing in this game. They don't path well. One wolf isn't going to track you like Cujo. And what's the wolf's greatest enemy? The thing that works best? A pebble. And they have them tracking all stupid. Wolf is coming to walk at you. He's going to go like this, and he's going to go like this. He's going to zigzag on you. Because wolves know. Like humans. And zigzagging is how you avoid bullets. The funny thing is, I think the bear and the moose work really well. The good news is they don't take that part too seriously, and the only people I think, and it's not, again, it's not a, it's just a part of the community. But I mean, even the developers are like, we know these aren't how wolves act. This isn't real. I feel like if you state that, then you can play how you wanna. All right, let me get up in here. Hope for a moose miracle. Honestly, if he's not here, I don't think he's gonna be. I'm probably gonna pack up and think about heading to Milton. No, the weather's turned to get me anyway. Yeah, I feel like I just don't, I don't have a lot of confidence in this moose showing up anytime soon. I mean, there's a couple of reasons. The main reason being is that there was a moose here when I first got here on this map. Which is such a jerk move for the game to pull. There was nothing I could do. I had a rock, I think. So, I'll spend the night. I'll check in the morning. Yeah, if I don't see it, I'm leaving. I'm wondering if I can get enough sunlight. I might try to start a fire outside. And just get a torch and take it in. Because I'd like to get this meat cooked up. At least some of it. Oh yeah. Alright, let's see if I can get a fire going with the maglins then. Save myself a match.
Come on, little fire.
There we go. And I'll just cook in here because I can stay out of the wind. Probably more than enough. But there you go, a little trick to save your matches. Luckily the sun came out.
Come on, little fire. Come on. Perfect.
Haha! Even better, and I got a book to finish. Let's get this deer meat on. And since my cooking level is level 4 now, cook things a little faster.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Sneak this over here. And I'll even throw the steaks into the cooking pots and make that happen a little bit faster. Alright. Yeah, I got a nice little pile of meat here. I'll do... I've got all this reclaimed wood from all the boxes I've been breaking down. Hey Morbid, how's it going? I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. I need to text one of my kids. very slowly because I'm doing three things at once. There we go. Yeah, cooking up some steaks. Gonna help myself not starve to death. Irritated I can't find a moose. Stupid moosing. In fact, my patience level is nah. I'm probably gonna go somewhere else and try to see if I can do some hunting. I'm also running out of matches. Which is my actual real problem. Here. Oh yeah. Let me see. Yeah, we'll just keep throwing all this crap over here for now. That's right, through the magic of mechanics. Somehow all this stuff is curing by the open door. Here, I'll just grab a couple of these. There we go. Anyway, I want to get the venison cooked up. It's got the most calories. That's it, really. I'd rather not eat the dogs, but what are you gonna do? There we go. Sorry, I'm trying to coordinate picking up my kid here. She is having issues with her vehicle. Alright. But other than that, life-wise, I'm doing pretty good. Oops. My phone was going to text everything I was just saying there. Turn off, you stupid piece of technology. Alright, Morbid, there we go. Anything new? No, not really.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
I know, Astrid, I know. Oh, wrong category, there we go. How's my fire doing? Plenty of fire left. Nope, had a decent weekend. Got a couple things going on with cars. I got an old Ford Taurus that's just been sitting around, and like I've been mentioning, I'm getting ready to move, so I had it towed up to the shop to get tires and brakes. You know, it needs a state inspection. Its inspection is passed, so I gotta get the state inspection. I know I already need tires and brakes. I already checked that out. They're doing like changing all the fluids, and there's a there was a problem with an actuator, one of the in the electrical system, that was causing the gauges to mess up. And then my daughter, her mom got her a Honda Accord, and it's having something going on with it not wanting to go out of third gear. So, not too bad if you're hanging out on back roads and just running here and there, but if you're trying to go anywhere, you know, above 35 miles an hour, that's it gets problematic and loud. And she grew up with me, but her college is like down the street from where her mother lives, so she's recently moved in there the beginning of the school semester. And her mom doesn't have time or the ability, or she's just busy. To run her up here. So yeah, her college is about an hour away, which, like I said, her mother lives just down the street from it, basically. Uh, I bet this ptarmigan is frozen. No, I've been standing here by the fire. Thank goodness. All right. Let's see. I wonder. Yeah. So cooked meat does last a little longer, but I don't think I have any ingredients to make any pies. I don't have any oil. So, yeah, why not? My thing is, wolf meat takes a long time to cook. I'm gonna cook up the rabbit. Hello, all of my stuff. There we go. Just toss these rabbits in. I'll leave the wolf meat. Yep. I agree with you. There we go. A couple buns for the pot. And maybe do just these two wolf steaks right here. Because I was thinking I do have the cooking pot. It'll go a little faster. Anyway, yeah, I used to work on cars. I used to work in construction. I've worked with a lot of stuff like that, and I just don't even bother with most new stuff. If it's past like 2008, even before that, for some cars, you know, I just I do what I can do, and then anything exciting, we stimulate the economy and help somebody out by having them fix that stuff. I've busted enough knuckles. Alright, I think I'll just get the meat off this ptarmigan real quick. There we go. And then the feathers will give me something to do at night. Let me think. I got plenty of reclaimed wood, so not really wasting it or anything. Well, yeah, my water rations are good. I got food, plenty of firewood and sticks and everything. Yeah, I guess I don't really need the fire. I'll tell you what I will do, though. Double check and see if I left my sleeping bag in here. I can't imagine. It's definitely back at Forlorn Muskeg. Cars before 2009? Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, things just get to a point where, like, it's, you know, it's a whole other system. The last thing I rewired was a 4-ton drill rig. I think it was a 2002 model. Oh, dang it. Alright. I'm going to stand here by the door. You know what? No. I'll just sleep in here tonight. Stand here by the bed. And I'll read until it gets too dark. Never mind. There we go. Now, the funny thing is, I had just beefed up my score. And, you know what? I might get out of here. My biggest concern is I've got a bed out here, but if it gets really cold or a blizzard, I'm going to have to come back inside, which means I might have to light a match.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
I will organize and figure out what I'm taking with me in the morning or tonight, depending on the weather. Because where I'd really rather be, now that I think about it, is at the red train car in Muskeg in the morning. All this stuff can stay. Got plenty of sticks. Yeah, all those saplings are definitely gonna weigh me down a little bit. Oh, let me get this bird pulled apart here. 2 hours, 2 hours, 8 minutes. 2 hours, 8 minutes. Okay. I knew it. Alright, so I got an Aurora, which means I could probably navigate my way to the bed in there. But I'm also thinking it's not going to be that cold. Alright, let me, what do I got these bird pieces down. Piece. A little something to eat. Let me check my locker. There we go. I was like, I swear I found a bedroll somewhere. Now, I would most definitely prefer to get the one I already made back, especially since I just got the ptarmigan insulation. But if I needed to, I could use this one. Hmm. Nah. Okay. I'm gonna head out at night, which is probably not the best idea. Oh, sorry. Oh, what's my dream car? Favorite car brand. You know, it depends on how you think about things. So when I grew up, uh, you know, well, I don't really think my parents ever really had a brand loyalty so much as that one of my parents, I think it was my mother, for whatever reason, whatever company that she worked for, they got a discount on Chevys. So they pretty much drove that when I was a kid. They just always had some version. They had one cool car. It was a I don't know. It's one of the weirdest cars. It was a Pontiac with a Mitsubishi engine called a Sapporo. I love that car. Hey, I can't believe this wolf's gonna run directly in my path over and over again. Anyway, sorry. I just gotta take my shots at this silliness of this wolf mess. Well, when I was young, I would have said like a Lamborghini, maybe the Countach. You know, you just got to think about different cars. think an old Packard like truck, the kind they use for like deliveries and stuff, that'd be dope. I'm just like everybody else. I like the old Impalas, some of the old Mustangs, you know. When I was a kid, I had a shot. I think it was I'm not sure anymore. Maybe it was a 68 Mustang. But my parents were like, that's just too much car for you. They're probably right. I probably would have wrecked it anyway. Oh, I like Subarus. Um, I guess if I really, it's funny because it happened more or less later in life, but man, at one point I got a Toyota pickup truck, a little Tacoma. That thing was awesome. I took really good care of it, and I swear to God, I bought it for 14 grand, and I sold it for 14.5 after having it for 2 years. So mostly I've stuck with Toyotas ever since then. It just, well, they don't, not quite as much anymore, but they used to just have, you know, their resale value was ridiculous. High resale value, low maintenance. Viking, I'm not sure what that is. Was it like a brand like Tucker, some like a smaller brand or something, or like a type of car? I mean, I'm getting a little cold. It's one bar down. I really just need to get. Oh, there's power line. I really just need to get to, like I said, the red train car. Oh, I'm an idiot. No, I did. Whew. I grabbed that sleeping bag. I was like, oh my god. Did I really just leave to go get a sleeping bag without a sleeping bag? So I could sleep in a train car to go get my sleeping bag? Stupid. But, I didn't screw myself completely. Oh, it died with Pontiac. Yep. The Firebird was a dope car when I was a kid. I still see those around. The newer ones look alright, I guess. I think I came from very like I said, if I think about the cars that I dreamed about when I was a kid, they're like sports cars and stuff, like a Porsche 911, like I said, the Lamborghini Countach. I've always liked trucks and stuff. I wouldn't mind having like an old Explorer or something like that. Uh, I learned to drive in a Ford Bronco. They said that's what I was saying. My mother's side, they were all farmers, and so they all had their brand, which was Ford and a little bit of John Deere, considering where they were. So The Ford Taurus that I'm getting fixed up is actually my late grandmother's. She left it to me, so. She had Fords her whole life up until the day she passed away. You know, I'm just one of those people. For me, cars. I just have a very practical, I guess. Yeah, I don't want to go this way. It's playing in these stupid limbs. So yeah, I haven't really ever. And I've had a lot of cars. First car was a Chevy Cavalier station wagon. Bright red. Obviously, it was my parents. I got that instead of a Mustang. I think it was a 1986 Chevy Cavalier station wagon. And the thing, I mean, I'm not joking, it fell apart. I rolled back, it had electronic windows. Woo, very fancy, huge selling point. Back in the day, right? But they weren't very good. And I put the back one of the, I think it was the back right, back passenger side window down one day, and that was it. I was 17, so I put a garbage bag in the window, and then the radio would work sometimes it wouldn't. The AC and all that stuff worked sometimes, and sometimes it wouldn't. And the best story about the old wagon was, I had it for about a year, I guess. I was pulling out, because I was a senior, and I was pulling out of the parking lot at school, and there was like a little dip right when you leave the lot, and my entire muffler fell off. It rusted off. It fell off like right in the road, and all of a sudden my car's like, whoa! It was fantastic. So I get out, and luckily I was driving a station wagon, so I open up the back and I throw the muffler in the back, and I drove home. I lived like, I don't know, like barely 5 minutes away from the school. The whole way just with the engine roaring. This little crap wagon, brah, down the road. And then what did I do? I got some wire coat hangers and shoved it back in, and used the coat hangers to tie it back on. So, yeah, no. 1986 Chevy Cavalier station wagon. Bright red. I didn't even know they still made those things. You don't even really... I've seen some wagons. I guess I have seen a few more wagons here recently. They kind of like they're jacked up on the back end like an SUV. That was my first car. Next car, I ended up getting that Pontiac. Then what? Honda Accord. I had a 19, I think it was like an 83. Oh, no, it might have been earlier than that. I don't know. I had like an old Honda hatchback Civic. That was a fun little car. And if I had more energy, I'd go out there tonight. I might just go ahead and... I need that sleeping bag back. I don't really want to use the match. Alright. The Sapporo, I think, was an 81. If I remember correctly. But anyway, yeah. Little Civic hatchback, and then, let's see. What else have I driven? A Chevy Lumina van, a Chevy Corsica. Like I said, I think it was my mother. Had the deal on the Chevys, so I drove a fair amount of those, I suppose. Well, what else? I had the Toyota Tacoma, a Sable. What was it? One of the Scions. The little red, well, it was red. The little boxy one. I forget what it was called. I had a Ford Probe. A Fiesta, an Elantra. Anyway, RAV4. I've had, let's see, I want to say two Jeep Cherokees. A Ford Explorer. I'm driving a Toyota Highlander right now. Because somebody hit my RAV4 and with me and my daughter in it and totaled it. So that's why I'm getting the Taurus fixed up. That was secondary car. So yeah, I can't really say that I'm brand loyal at all. Most of my, dream cars are still from my youth. Oh, hey there, S. Good. I'm so glad you're checking it out. I love it. I mean, look at this. Look at this beautiful night. Absolutely gorgeous game. One of the prettiest games I've ever played. A lot of fun, too. Yeah, if you just started playing, I give you the best recommendations I can give you. Play in Pilgrim mode. Learn your maps. Learn Mystery Lake first, I would say, because it's central. And not the easiest map, but somewhat easier. But if you learn that map, you can learn how to get to every other map. You just kind of take that into consideration. Do what you want. If you want to start out on Interloper, no one gets out alive, you do that. But don't pull a pizza and forget your sleeping bag out here in the middle of nowhere and have to make a nighttime run to go get it. Learn from my mistakes as well. But yeah, I'm so glad you're checking it out. I hope you're enjoying it. But yeah, I spent a good time in Pilgrim mode learning the maps, and then also it helps you accrue time towards the badges, and the badges are what's really going to make your survival a little bit... Well, some of it makes it easier, some of it just kind of makes it a bit more fun. Too many resources? Yeah. Yep. It's hard. The funny thing is, Voyager and Pilgrim are basically the same mode. Except the wolves are turned on, right? Oh, there she is! There she is! My improvised down bedroll.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
You ain't kidding, lady. I'm leaving. I mean, the weather's just too good. I'm not even gonna... We'll get exhausted and walk slowly. But yeah, there's so... really, if you wanted to know the honest truth, it's not going to be until Interloper that you're really going to have a time where resources are rough. So this is like I have all my badges, so I pretty much play in custom now. So this is a custom Interloper run, and the resources are very, very... I like to say this, you know, there really isn't a hard mode in this game, because Stalker is kind of like a little bit medium, and then Interloper goes straight to like insane mode. But yeah, until you get to Interloper, you're gonna find that you need to kind of... It's okay, you don't need to take that can of peaches with you. You really don't need to walk around with 30 pieces of cloth, you know. 47 cattails is way too many cattails in Pilgrim mode. You probably just need 12 in your pocket for emergencies. Yeah, Morbid, let me know about your first car. Obviously, I want to know. Yep. I was talking earlier, I'm not a big fan of the mechanics of the wolves. So, I did my time, I earned my badges. I prefer to just treat it as more of like a hunting experience, a hunting survival experience, than the wolf fighting experience. But you can still get attacked with wolves and bears in this mode. It's just less likely. It doesn't happen that often. Bears actually happens fairly often. Let me change that. But I don't have to deal with the wolves very often. But yeah, that's good. The best thing about, you know, what you can do in Voyager mode is you can start to figure out where the packs are and where the individual wolves hang out. As you move up the scale, you'll get more wolves, but they're still going to appear in the same areas. So once you figure out where they're going to be, you can figure out routes to get around them. Ooh. Yeah, you can scare off packs. You gotta get their morale down. You know, I'm assuming you've already learned the torch and rock trick. So you just want to have a few extra rocks in your pocket so you can throw them at them. Oh, I went the wrong way. There we go. Ugh, this map. But yeah, drop your torch, throw a rock, And I think it's in the Timberwolf packs. I think there's a leader too. But you'll see this morale bar pop up, and you just want to keep throwing rocks and throwing torches at their faces, and eventually the pack will break and run away. Oh, I was wondering if I'd come across those again. Jaguar, huh? That is a ride. But, I mean, the wolves really aren't that... Like I said, I think it's kind of... I get it. But, personally, I just think it's kind of not my favorite mechanic in the game. The problems I have with it is, one, you're going to run into one wolf, and you're going to have a torch and a rock in your hand. And that wolf shouldn't mess with you at all. Right? I mean, it shouldn't even approach you. But it's going to. And then you're going to bounce it, right? And they almost always path in the direction that you were basically going. So if I'm walking this way, right, and a wolf shows up here and he paths into my direction this way, I do my torch and rock trick. He runs off. He's going to run off in that direction. He's going to go in this direction. So even though I've scared the wolf with my fire and rock, he's going to turn around and come back right at me. And I'm going to drop my torch and aim my rock at him, and he's going to run away. And you'll never guess what direction he is going to run away in. So when you do, you know, I have hundreds of hours in this game. It's got to be at least at this point. And it's kind of like what I say in Skyrim. I've picked enough locks that I'm going to use a lockpick mode mod. I don't care. I've fought enough wolves. But it is fun. It does add a bit of tension. But again, if you're stringing your torches along like you should be doing to conserve your matches, and even though you're not going to need that in Voyager mode, it's good practice.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
To get into. Hopefully the old improvised bedroll is going to keep me warm. Night's almost over, so we'll just maybe give it 4 hours. I should have broken that down into sections, but I didn't. 1980s Jaguar XJS. Yeah, I know that car. No, son of a gun. I meant to pick it up, not sleep for an hour. Alright, you can see all my little arrowheads. I want to get those back. I'm going to be super heavy. And walk pretty slowly, but since I can't string any torches together...
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Maybe I'll drop a few more. Haha. Now, it really does make a difference to get it under 100. It makes a difference to get it under 90. You don't get that much more speed, but it matters in the long dark every step. I don't have very far to go, so I'm going. But yeah, I don't know if you're still out there, SO, I think it is. I don't know. But yeah, get your badges going. Maybe most important thing you can do is learn your maps. Know where the loot is, where it spawns, and yeah, early game, especially like I said, Pilgrim, Voyager, and even Stalker mode. You don't need a lot. You don't need to carry around a lot because you're going to find a lot. So right now, I don't know if they fixed it, but there's a glitch with clothing. And it hasn't happened recently, but yeah, clothes aren't drying by the fire. And what you can do is, the way my workaround, and again, I'm not sure how the glitch is affecting me. My workaround was take off all my clothes by the fire, all the wet stuff, and then put them back on. And when I put them back on, they started drying. So maybe try that. Maybe you already have. But yeah, there's definitely a glitch in the game right now where clothes haven't been drying next to the fire. It is ridiculously annoying and dangerous in this game. But yeah, I think you not only do you have to take them off, I think you have to put them back on. That's what worked for me. And I think I've done it a couple times in this run, just without even... I know I got kind of concerned about it. I don't know, maybe in the last video. One of them recently, I got soaked, clothes got frozen. And I went to sleep indoors. And
I can't feel my hands.
Went back out thinking I was dry, and I just made everything worse. But then I had a night where I stayed back there in the maintenance shed, and I took some of my clothing off and kept some of it on, and everything was dry in the morning. So I don't know. I don't know. If they need to patch it and fix it. Nice, a barn find. Always fun cars. That's how my friend found a Fiat. He was just in love with these Fiats. And apparently, I guess people really are into them. They get kind of expensive. And he found an old one in a barn and fixed it up. $4 grand, not bad for a Jaguar. Not bad at all. Now think about what it's worth today.
If I don't warm up.
I know. We're just gonna have to be hypothermic and take a little damage. It's been a minute since I've taken any damage. It feels good. Watch, I'll pull up here and that stupid ptarmigan. I'm weighing like just about 100 pounds, and the ptarmigan will be up in there. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's a good time to play the game. I like all the new recipes they've added in, the crafting. A lot of cool new stuff is on its way. I'm rocking one of the new guns right here. You can get it in Mystery Lake. It weighs 3 pounds less fully loaded than the traditional rifle you can find. It just, it isn't as durable. And like I said, we're getting a travois, so we're going to be able to carry more stuff. That I'm really looking forward to. I mean, I'm curious if it's like, is it just for like dressing out animals and carrying firewood, or can I tote like, you know, like you said, can I tote my my 3 sacks of flour and my 4 cooking pots and my 11 cans of dog food? The fishing is a little lame. I just don't think well, alright, no. The fishing tip-ups are kind of lame. The added fishing is fun. The tip-ups, I did a video on that, and I gave them a try, and I don't know. I'm not sure the scrap metal and the materials to make them is really worth it. Not to mention, I mean, I seem to have a lot of line break. Way more than just from regular fishing. Nice. Found the puppers and got a ride for it. I mean, you paid for it, but still, you got a deal. Alright. I managed to drag these... Did I drag my acorns back? Tell me I brought... Yes. I can feed my acorn addiction. I see ptarmigan over there. I knew it, too. Hey, S, if you don't know, ptarmigan like to hang out right here in Mystery Lake. Right over there in that little depression. Let's see if I can go smack this guy here in a second. Home sweet home. But I picked up my tools I made, so I've got spare hatchet and knife now. Oh, I meant to say I was on day 30 when I started, so I'm a month in. And I got my first set of extra tools. Well, first set of tools and extra tools. Where's my hatchet?
I can barely walk with this much
Yeah,
gear.
there we go. Look at that. Yeah, axes are weird on this table. I don't know. And it's a good thing I picked up that cooking pot along the way, because I left mine back there. And a locker, I suppose. I have another one, so... Oh well. But yes, if you're out there, you can see the... all these super important things I really gotta have that I keep. But this is a game where it's really actually pretty fun to decorate, because you can do so much. So if you're into like want to build up a little cool cooking shelf instead of throwing all your trash on the floor like pizza does. You can have a lot of fun with it. And when you bring your neighbors over when you're broadcasting a video, you don't have all your food and tea on the floor. Yeah. Yeah, that guy, we go over their house and they're like, oh, so sorry, I should have cleaned up. You're like, oh, dude, you don't clean up. Yeah, that's pizza right here. 85%, what are you at? You can stay. Absolutely my favorite place to base out of. Like I said, it's a central location to pretty much everywhere else in the game. Oh, look at all these books I've got to read. This is only from 3 regions. That's another thing. So take a shot at all the books. I think they're going to nerf that because they've turned them way up. I have way too much knowledge for this early part of the game. And I mean, I haven't even read all these on the floor. Haven't been read. All right, there's a couple up here. And there's like 5 or 6 books upstairs. Haven't even taught, or no, I've read all these. Yeah, so many. Alright, there's the other spare bedroll, 80%. Now I've got 2. And let me get enough junk on the ground. I'm just going to end up making another mess. Let me get enough stuff down to see if I can go get this ptarmigan. That will be super helpful. So, full set of tools. The found ones and the made ones. And the actual tools. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll start throwing that in there too. Get all these sticks on the ground. And the skins I can always go back for. Like I said, I will definitely be back at another point in time. There we go. I am not a fan of the wheel. Skyrim, I'm going to start up next week. I know I said I was going to do it this week, but I really didn't know it was going to take me so many hours to get Fallout 4 remodded, well, re-downloaded, remodded, and all that kind of stuff. So it basically ate up all my time I planned to do some Skyrim. He's gone! I knew it! Knew it! Oh, I swear I hear him. Usually he hangs out down here, but I think they can get up on this hill a little bit. I think he's gone. But you see how that's another thing, guys. Just learn how to get up and get around and get on obstacles to get away from your bad guys, or work your way around them. Yeah, I think I heard creaking. I'm gonna run over here. I'll make sure I'm pretty sure I picked my snares up. Actually, I'm pretty positive. I think I'm gonna go grab my snares and then go put them down. I don't have a ton of meat here. I want to save my rifle bullets for a moose. So I think I'm going to throw the snares down, hang out here tonight, get a few rabbits going. Then I need to get back up to the dam and get some scrap metal. I want to get crampons made before I go to Milton. Oh, I got some. Or AKA Mountain Town. Let's see, is it 4 or 5? I guess it's under clothing. 4 pieces, two leather. 4 hours. Now the good thing about the crampon, I guess I could get that other bit of insulation done too. Let me make the crampons first. Yeah. Nope. I forgot what I was doing. Where are those snares? There's the garbage I threw on the ground. Oof. I hope I didn't leave them out there. I might have, though. Alright. You know, I'm wondering if I left... There we go. Them in the wrong drawer. Which I did. I was like, no, I know I have 3 snares. I know. Oh, the Jaguar guy. Listen, it's like when, you know, I think it happens to everybody. Your parents sell your comic book collection that had a, you know, it probably wasn't, but it could have been the $10,000 comic, you know. Never mind, you had like Cheeto stains on it and gum stuck to it. Or, you know. Oh, Mom, I had the Millennium Falcon model. Oh, you threw it out. Yeah, it happens. Even my parents, who were overly sentimental about things, not quite hoarders, but not far from it either. Yeah, maybe that's why when you ask me things like that, I don't always have an answer, because I think I have a very light view on materials, because my parents are just, you know. Is that why? Is there a new spot on the wheel? I think there's a new spot on the wheel. Yeah, I don't remember that before. Well, I don't want that anyway. Yoink. Like, if I went online and looked up the most cost-efficient, practical vehicle, that would be my favorite vehicle. Maybe it's because I'm stingy. I don't know. That might actually make more sense. Ah, the old beer money. I love stuff like that, yeah. I remember people saying that when I was a kid. Beer money, pocket money. I think that was my great grandmother. She used to stick, she'd ask you if you had any pocket money, and she'd give you like a $5 bill. You got pocket money? No, great grandma, I'm 8. Ooh. I'm more than likely to have pocket candy or pocket lint. Oh, I thought it scared him. I hear him. I say him because there's usually only one. Maybe he brought his friends today. If I can get him... Ooh. Like, I think I have enough for the other, whatever it is, insulation thing. But this would give me some extra. Alright, buddy. That's as close as God's gonna let me get, I think. I've been having so much more luck moving when they're moving. Okay, I'll give it a shot. I bounced right over him! Oh! Oh! Oh, you... Ah! Dang. That was terrain. The aim was dead on. Dang it, there's like a little hill there. It happens all the time in this game. Ah! Why am I having so much problems with these stupid birds this run? Alright, lunch is taken care of for tomorrow anyway. But yes, I do know about addiction. Oh, I do have some extra stuff. Oh, no, this is my stuff.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I am fully aware with it. It's been in my life with burying people. And yeah, they'll sell your stuff. Let's see. I got all kinds of crap I need to throw on the ground, but or put away. Sorry, I'm gonna stop throwing things on the ground, except for the scrap metal. Alright, those are gone. Let me get us something to eat and drink. And I think I have enough time. And some leather in a drawer. Because I really would rather have these when I go to Mountain Town. No leather in a drawer? I might have used it, I guess. Alright, well, here's some. Yeah, I guess I used some. Alright, well, at least... Alright, let me get these torn up. They only take 10 minutes. But the crampons have a dual use. And the best thing about them is, for whatever reason, here, I'll just quickly throw that in there. So, you can see my crampon, or not my crampons, my improvised insulation is wet. And actually, let's see, let's take everything off. Alright. Let it sit there, I don't know, a second.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
We'll do some science S. Where? Oh. Looked like a piece of paper on the floor. Alright, if I'm going to spend 4 hours making this thing anyway. Alright, maybe we'll see how the drying off works. At least inside, right? Because I did run into an issue that one time. Yeah, we're going to knock it all out at once. There we go. Now, let's see. Dry. Alright, well, inside's still working at least. So if I put these crampons in this spot, right, if you look at them, they have 100% waterproofing because they're made of metal. Although you do have some leather ties on there, right? But anything in this is considered exterior clothing, right? If I have the crampons on and I'm outside and I'm wearing the insulation and it is pouring down snow, that cannot get wet. Isn't that ridiculous? So S, if you don't know that, get some crampons made and put this on, and then when you get your moose hide bag, you want to keep your moose hide bag in this slot and your crampons here in this slot. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'm going to walk around with these two pieces of insulation. But if it starts snowing, I'll put the crampons on. And anything in this slot is completely 100% protected from water. I don't make the mechanics, people. I just let people know. Oh, I wonder if I could have used the tools on the crampons. I bet I could have. See, I'm still learning about the new stuff. Let me check some of the little hidey holes I might not have checked. You can break these down for reclaimed wood. I think I have enough. I guess I'll grab a book. I do have a pistol, but sewing, I'd love to get that up to level 3, but at least level 2. So I'll stop having so many failures. I wonder what the temperature's like. I've got scrap metal. I've got guts. So I might do a little fishing. Normally I don't fish until after, I try not to fish until after I've read one fishing book. Because you only need to read one for 4 hours and it's going to decrease the amount of line breakage that you have. So if you can find a book before you start fishing, I would 100% recommend doing it. I found one here in Mystery Lake. There's usually one here in either one of the fishing cabins, the green fishing cabins on the lake, or the little cabins that you can stay in on the back of the lake. You can kind of see one in the background. Oh, that's another fishing cabin, actually. But I don't know if it's guaranteed. I think it is. But there's one here, and then there's one you can usually find in Pleasant Valley. You can sometimes find it at the farmhouse in Pleasant Valley, in the basement, and then there's one... Where have I found another one? If I think of it, I'll let you know. Maybe Timberwolf. So pry bars are almost completely useless in Interloper. They don't really have much of a purpose because most of your lockers are going to be empty.
Setting. It's going to get a lot colder soon.
So we're just going to pry bar this hole open. Oh, I could have made a scrap metal lure, I suppose. Oh, I got one right off the bat. So now I can go and harvest this, I believe.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
The ice fishing holes, they freeze over so fast now. And I think that one piece of bait kind of counted for all of those fish. Let's see if I can reverse this. It's this way. All right. It's not too bad. I can kind of see. How would I rate this game from a 1 to 10? I'd put it up there. I'd say before they started adding in the DLC and kind of changed their attitude towards like the survival aspect of the game, I would have given it like maybe a 7. But they've really turned, I think, some of their thinking around and are, you know, I'm not saying they were like anti player base as far as the survival aspect was, but they weren't like necessarily the friendliest. The original development for this game was a straight story game. It was supposed to be released in several parts, 5, 6 parts, and that's it. But to get the game out, they went ahead and set up the survival mode because basically that part was ready first, and so that's also sort of how they funded uh, what they needed to do to finish the story mode. And so over the years, it always seems like if you're one of the survival players who likes to play this game, you always kind of feel like their attitude was not overly, like, the survival part was never really meant to be, right? So, the main part of the game. But it is what the majority of players, I believe, like about this game. So now we got DLCs that aren't necessarily wrapped up just around story. You know, we can get maps whenever just for us to play on and not necessarily. I mean, I'm sure they'll all have parts of the story related to it at some point. But in theory, they could give you a map that doesn't even have anything to do with story mode now. I still want to wait to cook until the morning because I'd rather. Well, I want those rabbits if I get any. Oh, I can do this real quick. But anyway, since they changed the focus, I would say maybe even a 9 out of 10. I would say 8 based on what I've seen so far, and 9 is the hopeful when the rest of the content starts to come out. We'll eat a candy bar, why not? And a ptarmigan pie, because whatever. The carry weight won't give me a headache. I can save the rose hips for tomorrow. What's it like to be a father? Uh, it's a big question, my friend. Let's see. Hopefully my snares have been picked up. It's everything that you've heard it is, and a million things that you haven't heard. How about that? You see, here's one thing I don't like, and I'm excuse me, I'm not going to say it, but I will phrase it like this: you will experience love and a love in a way that you've never experienced before. Now, some people will say it's the greatest love that anyone can have. I don't think that's realistically true. But it is probably much more bigger than it's bigger than everyone imagines. So even if you try to prepare yourself in this way where you're like, again, it's life changing, you're never gonna feel the same, your whole world changed, blah 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 blah. Like you hear all that stuff, and that does happen, but it also happens on another level that you just can't really. I don't know that I can relate that well. Oh, I got 3 bunnies. You know, people were like, it's the best, important, best experience in the world. Well, realistically, we know, and we live in a world where that's not true, okay? There are plenty of
drop any of this gear.
terrible people that have children. And no lie, there are plenty of terrible kids. So, I'll tell you a story that my cousins like to tell. My son was, I don't know, little, toddler, right? My cousins were visiting from Iowa to Virginia. I was taking them around, you know, showing them the countryside here. You know, just a very different kind of terrain features than they're used to. So many trees and hills and stuff, mountains. So we were kind of running near the Blue Ridge Parkway. And my son normally was great. You put him in the car seat, he was out, right? Whatever reason he had been awake, and it turns out it's because he wasn't feeling good. And I'm driving the car, and he goes, I feel sick, or, you know, enough to convey that to me anyway, right? So my cousins, by the way, they were young. I was 20 something. They were in their teens, right? And we're riding along, and I know what's going to happen, and he's about to puke on them. And this is about to be the worst day for them in their lives. So I'm going to tell you a very parental, fatherly thing that I did. I put my hand back there, I stuck my hand in his face, and I said, go ahead. And he puked in my hand while I was driving down the road. Got you. I got broth and feathers, baby. Yes. All right. And I pulled over, got out, took care of what I needed to take care of, got cleaned up, got back in the car, and went down the road. One of those super happy look back on parental moments, right? You're gonna have your kid have such bad diarrhea in their crib that it's going to shoot up the back of their onesies and out of their clothes, and it's going to be green or yellow. You're going to get vomited on more than you could possibly ever have predicted that a human being can be vomited on in life. You just don't think about those things. You're like, you're not growing up going, I wonder how many times I'm going to get puked on. Well, if you ever want to be a parent, maybe it's something to consider. All right. Well, I can't really eat until I rip these rabbits up. I'm not going to shred them this time. And we're going to, you don't end up saving that much time. But all told, end up being about an hour and a half. Then there's always the fun thing where, like, you lose sight of them in a crowd or in the department store or out at the park for a second. And then there's just this stunning fright and panic that completely envelops you because you lost your damn kid. You know, taking them to the hospital when they broken their leg or cracked their head open. Terrified they're out making bad decisions on a Tuesday night. Sleepless nights, gray hair. However, it is still one of the most incredible, joyful things that you could ever experience in your whole life. And I say that sarcastically, but I also mean it. So, you know. I think there's a pretty good description of what it's like to be a father. Alright, let me get some water in this pool. There we go. And get a couple of these little crunchies here. Oh, I think this is something I make on my person. Right? Yeah. There we go. 5 down, 4 cloth. Perfect. It's only an hour. There we go. So let's see what that does for me. Boom. Wow. 36 degrees of warmth. 23 degrees of windproofing. Thank God for this, what is it called? New light shell. You know, I was hoping for the leather coat. Leather coat's pretty rare in the interloper loot table. This is probably the next best thing. So that windproofing is going to help quite a bit, and the warmth is going to be there. And like I said, I was saying earlier, if it gets to snowing, I'll lose the warmth and windproofing a little bit, but get the rainproofing and keep these from getting wrecked. And I should be able to keep those for a good while now. Uh, hold on, give me 1 second. So I started. My first broadcast videos were like 8 years ago, and it was just like I don't know. I back then you really couldn't even really do much more than broadcast. I didn't have any headphones or anything back then either, so I just broadcast a few funny things that happened in The Witcher 3. My horse was like floating. It got stuck in the ground or something. Turned invisible. I don't remember. There was some goofy stuff, and then I had what I've played two games where I feel like they were they're basically perfect, and not on purpose, just sort of happened. And the first time I played Oblivion, I couldn't have walked down the right roads, picked the right things, done the right stuff any better in any other playthrough. It just happened to work out that way. And I was Dragon Age 4. Is it 4? I think it's Dragon Age 4. The Inquisition one. Um, the same thing. It was just a beautiful mix of coincidences and choices that just happened to work out so well that I broadcast those. And then, again, they didn't really have any, like, there was no talking to it. And then a few years later, I made some Fallout videos that were really, really bad.
It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
But everything's a learning process. And I feel like even if I look at my numbers, like the analytics, the last year I have obviously upped my game. And within the last year is when I basically actually tried to do something with it. And I don't know, it just started, I did a video. Well, I'll give you the two main reasons. What started it was I was doing a video on Call of the Wild, and there was a big tower, like a big radio tower, uh, power line tower or whatever, that was floating like midair above a lake. And I was like, I gotta put this out there. It's hilarious. And I did that, and I had fun with it. And certain games that I play, there's just a running monologue kind of in my head anyway. It's not with every game. I'm not very good at broadcasting something like Ark or Conan, however you say it. Uh, you know, platforming games. Certain games, I'm having a good time. I don't think about stuff. But other games I play, I'm like, I just have this sort of running little background commentary in my head anyway. So I started doing Call of the Wild videos.
I am not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Or actually, maybe I know I got a different idea. Yeah. What time is it? No, maybe we'll do a little cooking. But we'll be smart about it. That, and that, and that. All the big ones. So anyway, yeah, I started making the Call of the Wild videos. I was like, man, this is fun. And it's a lot more entertaining, even to me, even when nobody's listening. To say out loud, which basically just kind of running around in my brain box anyway, right? And I like, I try to keep things informative as well as entertaining. Because I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I watch a lot of YouTube videos for video games. Whether I'm trying to figure out how to beat a level, a boss, how to craft something, whatever, or just for
Come on,
pure
Mayfire.
entertainment. I watch Neebs Gaming for pure entertainment. They're not like the best gamers in the world. They're just really funny. You know, they're great actors. But yeah, I was watching, like I said, I watched other YouTubers, and I thought, oh, I could probably do some of this. I don't think I'm gonna be, whatever. But I figured I could put out good videos that were there's some entertainment value to it. All right, that ought to do it. And hopefully inform some people of things. I always try to point out glitches, uh, cheats, uh, and just tips and tricks that I think could help. I always say I probably the best. If you want to watch my videos, is for informational content over entertainment content, then it's probably better if you're a beginner. If you want to watch my videos for entertainment content, it doesn't really matter what I'm doing, I guess, right? Hopefully I'm making you smile, think, chat, or just have a decent day. I was a teacher for a while. I really liked teaching. You got me kind of musing on it right here. And I guess, it's kind of when when I do that aspect of it where I'm like, okay, trying to help, like I was trying to help S there earlier. I like doing that too. And I don't mean that in a condescending way because what I taught both teenagers and adults. I don't really have too much I can do. I made those teas already. I don't think I really need to sew anything right now. Yeah, I'm still not even gonna bother with these socks. I mean, I think at best, I think maybe they could be about like 0.7 degrees. Anyway, but it got fun. I just really enjoy it. I think it's fun. To me, it's also like I said, I have YouTube Studio. I check out the analytics just to let you know, by the way. In the last month, I had 1,300 views on my videos. I'm pretty excited about that. And to give you an idea how much that's different, just and how this last year has sort of helped me develop. I don't know if I really want to call it a style, but just a better understanding of streaming, broadcasting. Uh, I was up like 800 views from last month. So just to like anything, I want to learn it, figure it out, do my best at it. I like talking to people like you. It's always great to meet new people, have conversations. It adds a different dimension to it. I'm going to be moving in couple months, and then I'm gonna actually probably get myself an actual computer, and I will probably start making some edited videos once I do that. But I will always be doing this because this is just my favorite way, and I think it's helped me hone some skills that maybe I wouldn't have been able to if I just straight up recorded videos and put them out. I want to do that. I think I can make some cool looking videos. It'd be fun to add some things in and change some things, especially get the sound quality. That sound quality messes me up. So even when that's why I don't like when I go back and watch my old videos. Sometimes it's cringy and sometimes it's just crap. Usually though, it's just like the, I really wish I could get these volume, the sound right. But I think I don't know if it would feel weird to me. So there's a guy I watch some streamers that have styles that I would like to kind of copy, and there's one of them is Joov, Joov, and so and it's what a lot of YouTubers are doing now. You broadcast your stuff live or stream it, and then edit it into like a movie. And I think that would work probably best for me. Where are the fish? Didn't I pick up the fish? Oh, I guess I gotta run outside. And I don't know if this torch is gonna work. It might be a blizzard out there, but I want to get this fish cooked up so I have just some extra calories laying around. The food is... But I also don't want to stay here too long, and I have the main objectives. I mean, I might leave in the morning. Oh yeah, it's not great weather. Can I get around this corner without my torch going out? I think so, yeah.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Okay. And luckily this is one of the few cabins I can actually maneuver around in total darkness. Well, thank you, Morbid. That's very... I appreciate that very much. That's very nice of you to say. Thank you so much. Very kind. And you too, my friend, are also respectable. I can tell by our conversations. And the conversations themselves, like I said, this is great. Adds another, level to what I'm doing as well. So it's nice to make friends out there in the world. It's nice to have conversations, and then honestly, it's nice for the channel to, be doing something other than just constantly educating, I guess. But yeah, there are certain videos where it's like some of the Fallout videos, it's just easier if I don't do too much chatting. Especially because in the Fallout stuff, it's not really... I don't want to say it like... Oh, no, I might as well just say it like it is. It's less about the fun of it and more about the possible... I have fun building and I have fun doing the mods and I have fun talking about it, but it's also a little more feels like work. Whereas Call of the Wild is never even if if Call of the Wild blew up tomorrow, I just happened to make a video that got like a million views, right? Everybody went it crazy and they're like, "Oh, we need your Call of the Wild." That would always be fun. it probably I, it probably wouldn't be as good as the Fallout stuff, but if they happen to like it the way that I play, that would be great. But the Fallout stuff is more technical. It takes more work, and I don't know about just a different type of skills. But being able to do something fun is great. But thank you again. I really appreciate that. That was very nice of you, son. And I have worn quite a few hats. It's a fun game that we play in my family, trying to guess and remember all the different jobs and things I've done over my life. I like to stay busy. I like to learn a lot of things, you know.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Now, I wish I had a jerry can, because if I had a jerry can, I could start collecting this oil into that. But it should give me, yeah, just a little bit of oil here. And there's another good tip for new players. You need lamp oil and you're playing on a hard interloper type playthrough, just cook some fish up. And you pretty much have a near infinite supply because you can always find fish washed up on coastal areas. So even if you fish every fish out of your lake, you can still get more. Ooh. Ah. I was going to say. I don't normally leave myself that low on water, since I have a tendency to just take off and not overly think certain things at times. All right, I'll speed
I'm not gonna be able
those.
to carry this load for much longer.
Yeah, throw a little water on. I think I have a little more downstairs, but that should do at least for the rest of the time that I plan on being at this place. See if I can find my bed here. Got plenty to snack on. There we go. Uh, but I also have a lifelong love of playing video games. That probably should have mentioned that too, huh, Morbid? Yeah, that might. Yeah, there are selfish reasons for it. So yeah, I love playing video games. I've been there since the beginning. You know, my dad was a audiophile and technophile, and he was very into everything new electronic, basically. You know. And he had that massive kind of 70s, 80s stereo setup that took up like an entire wall. And we were, we didn't always have a lot of money, but we always seemed to have we had one of the first VCRs, that was actually I think it was called a beta something, Betamax. We had one of the first DVD players. It wasn't called DVDs; they were called Divics. You know, we had laser discs. But anyway, part of that was he bought Pong. I was really little, so mostly I just remember the adults drinking and playing that, and then I guess I'll kill time. I don't really have anything else to do. And then we had I think I mentioned this before, we had Intellivision, then we got Nintendo, and then we got all that stuff. I mostly learned to play video games originally in arcades, you know, the stand-up machines. Firewood, that's what I got. Mostly the stand-up machines, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Asteroids. Tron. I loved Tron. Tron was a great game. Galaga was probably my best game. And then when consoles really first started taking off, I was in my late teens and 20s. I was dating and doing things and not playing video games. So I didn't really come back to video games until the PlayStation 2. Mm-mm. No, that's not right. I started playing on PC. Doom and The Sims and whatever. Age of Empires and Cabela's hunting games and Myst. And then got back in the consoles, yeah, sometime around Nintendo 64. Alright, good. Big pile of water. I'm going to need some of that.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Alright, let me get rid of this fish and then I can really start to figure out my weight here. And then when I was getting divorced, I didn't have a lot of time to do. Well, I had a lot of time and then didn't have a lot to do. So I started playing this crazy game called Minecraft. And I was like, wow. Games really are evolving and changing and becoming pretty neat again. And then I played some other crazy games like Fallout 3 and
Thank goodness.
eventually Skyrim and
Night.
Hooked. Hooked from then on out, right? Alright, I think I'll carry the sewing book with me. I'll bring some of these snares. I might leave one behind. Quick double check on the important things. Cooking pot, frying pan. I might just leave the cooking pot. I'll leave it at trappers. But the frying pan will do me what I need done. And more than likely, I'll find a cooking pot. Oh, there's a deer. You son of a gun. Oh, that's... No, no, no. I'm... yeah, yeah. I'm going to go to trappers and I'm going to call it a video. This one's been going for what, 3-4 hours? But that's kind of my thinking. I think more if I, you know, if I get out there, if I do these kind of broadcasts that are, you know, 2 to 5 hours long, and then edit them, then I can have the broadcast out like on, I don't know, one channel, or maybe have one just for the consolidated parts. Because some games, you know, like this one in particular, there are definitely these moments where you're walking through the woods, and guess what? It looks like the woods you walked through on another map, and then another map, and you're just picking up sticks and smacking bunnies. And I always think it's interesting, again, going back to the wolf things here. I mean, they're super easy to hunt, except for this right here. They literally come in on a track like this, and it gets worse the closer that they get. Well, but when they're coming after you and you have meat and stuff, I mean, the biggest trick to killing wolves is, one, to just go ahead and get your bow skill up and just wait till they get right in front of you after they're attacking you and just shoot them in the head. It's not that hard. But yeah, I'd definitely like to get to that point. Well, I will be getting to that point in a few months where I'm going to turn, I might go back. I don't know if I can do that, but basically I'm going to be broadcasting and then trying to cut those videos into more succinct videos. You know, maybe a 5-hour video becomes 2 videos or 3 videos, you know, and they're like 20-30 minutes apiece. I went the wrong way. Interesting. Anyway, so what I read and have heard multiple times from multiple YouTubers is the best thing you can do is watch other YouTubers. You know, get a feel for like things that maybe you do or don't want to do. Things that you think that are successful. You know, you've got to ask yourself some questions about your personality as well. There are YouTubers that are highly entertaining, but not much of a gamer. And then there's YouTubers that are incredible gamers. They're not overly entertaining. You've got people that can do both, who are your big timers. But not only is, like I said, the common advice, watch other YouTubers, but it's also do what they do. So I like doing the challenges. I got that idea from other people. I like doing role plays. I don't know if I get that idea from other people, but a lot of other people do it, and I watch a lot of people that do. So, and I really just love watching the subscriber thing tick up. I'm almost up to 60. I think it was like 57 or so last time I looked. And I really didn't start tracking it or even saying anything about it until I hit 19 subscribers. So that's quite a significant jump for me. And even though I don't really say it, because I feel like, I don't know, everybody says it, so it should be implied, I guess. But if you want to like anything or do any of that stuff, certainly subscribe if you like the videos, if you want to see more. But the likes would be appreciated. If you want to do the bell thing, that's really up to you. It's all up to you. Come on, deers. Well, all the deer in here. What is that? Y'all hear that? The moose is here. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I got the random moose at Trapper's Cabin. Oh man, and I am stacked. Oh, man. Oh, I got nothing good to really. Let me see if I can get him to come over here. I think I'm gonna have to go down to this rock and put a bullet in him. And either get moose stomped or maybe he'll run, I don't know. Oh, no, no, no. You stay right there. You stay right there. Should I go for a headshot? Uh-oh. Oh, he's running. Alright, we'll give him a sec. I am so excited right now. This makes everything so much easier. I can kill it, get what I can from it, basically leave it here. I'm going to have a ridiculous amount of food, and I can still go to Milton, and this can cure while I'm gone. It takes 10 days. The only thing that I don't like is that he's on this slope, so I won't probably be able to have a fire if I do drop him. Yeah, come down here to this bottom, right about there. A little further would be even better. Right? Okay, 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 alright. Nuh-uh, that was a miss? I mean, my rifle score is crap. I'm not saying that, but alright. Now we're getting a little ridiculous. Come here, dude. That was the old brain box. Yes! Oh, yes, yes, yes. Ugh, get off me. Hmm. I would think this would be close enough. Throw a couple pieces of coal on. Now, what I'm going to try to do is get the most I can from this. So I'm gonna quarter it. 2 hours is a very, very long time in the long dark. Oh, I got it! I got it.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
All right. Nice. I feel like I just stole something. Ah, that is a huge, monstrous relief. Timing wise, oh my god. Should I double up? It kind of makes sense though that they would stick the bear in here. Like you'd be trying to walk through here with this skin and all this meat. Put a bear on him. Look at him turn right. Anyway, we don't have to be terrified. And honestly, you just drop everything, and I've got the bullets to kill him now because I've shot the moose. I'll definitely find some more rifle ammo along the way. The only thing is, like I said, I
Wow,
haven't
this much gear.
really been able to explore. So some of the things that I'll be picking up, rifle bullets and matches, I still need to go get. I'm predicting my trip to Milton is going to help me take care of that. I swear, I'm gonna shoot this dude just because I'm irritated, and I'm gonna have to spend this whole game playing with him. No! No! You got to be kidding me. Whatever. Alright. What a way to end the video. Holy Nikes. Unbelievable. I don't even know what I don't know what to do right now. I mean, food problems should be pretty good for a while. Actually, I'm tired of hearing myself click. Oh no, there's a little. Well, no, it's drying off now. Right, all right. Get that a little extra bit of warmth. Crows! Jeez, I just shot him. That's what happens when you walk in and out. Alright. One shot that bear from all the way up there. I jumped the gun and got a little excited. I probably should have dropped some more stuff.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yeah. 2 bags is probably what's going to do it. Unbelievable. I'm just losing my mind right now. Sorry. Alright, what I'm going to do is drag you guys along for the long walk back with this little sack of meat here. And I'll finish up my thoughts and we'll call it a video. Like I said, this video has absolutely been long enough already. I know people watch my videos. They sometimes even watch them for like an hour or so, but I make a 4-hour video. And maybe break it into a couple pieces, but... That's just killing me, though. All because I lost patience and got annoyed. And didn't want to have to keep bumping into this bear. But I had a good run, had a good time talking to folks. Like I said, anytime you got any questions or anything, anybody wants to ask, if I can answer it, I will let you know what I can
I'm not going to be able to
let
carry
you know.
this load for much longer.
And as Morbid got out of me, you know, I just like talking and saying hello and playing games. So anytime you guys want to drop in and say hello, please do. But I think that's going to be it for this video today. I've done quite a bit and managed to finally take out a moose. And I was literally just came here to like wrap up the video so I could go to Milton in the next one. So I'm going to clean these guys up, get a few things done, because that's still what I want to do, is head out to Milton in the next video. That'll give me some time for the moose hide to cure. Man, I'm excited. It's like the game's really I'm finally at a point where I can leave this place, start exploring, get myself some more essentials, and I'll have extra carry weight not too long probably after I get back. So all fantastic news. I am so excited. Thank you, Morbid. I appreciate that so much. But yeah, I'm out of here, man. I am so lucky that it ended like that. So lucky. But yeah, good times, good conversations. Had a great time. If you happen to catch this, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And of course, if you see this at a later date or time, thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day. Be good to each other.